This Morning returned for the final installment of the week as Eamonn, Holmes and Ruth Langsford were back on the sofa presenting. Joining them in the studio was Clarence Mitchell, a close friend and advisor of Jerry and Kate McCann, to discuss the new Netflix documentary, The Disappearance of Madeleine McCann. Neither Eamonn, Ruth or Clarence have seen their full documentary, which consists of 8 one-hour episodes, but they have however read about the new series and watched the trailer. During the conversation, Ruth was keen to find out how the documentary being aired would affect Madeleine's parents. She asked, "How does this affect them? I mean, 12 years they have been living with their daughter missing. 2 other children to bring up and try and give them a normal life. Always interest in this story. When something like this happens, how does it affect them both, emotionally? Of course it's distressing," Clarence revealed. Kate particularly feels, at times, the media are in it for a good story rather than wanting to help. "But you know, as I say, they will engage with media when it's valuable to the search. In this case, they didn't ask for this documentary. At the time, when they were first approached, they felt it wasn't going to help. They still feel it won't help." Eamonn discussed his concerns over the controversial show, commenting, "Here's the worry, I am that Netflix customer, I am the man that watches these documentaries and none of them give you any answers on anything. My worry is what I'm seeing here is not a documentary, something factual, but a piece of entertainment." Clarence replied on behalf of the McCann family and said, "That was one of the major concerns Kate and Jerry and myself had when we were first approached by the filmmakers. Talk of it, as we now know, 8 episodes as well. A normal documentary would be 1, perhaps 2." Ruth then interjected to clarify, 8 1-hour long, 8 hours, to which Eamonn added, "You re a program maker yourself. You know, I know, we sit here," someone said, "to get a commission of 8 1-hours. What is there to tell? What aspects? I mean, you've lived this. What would there be to tell for 8 1-hours? Other than regurgitating everything that has already been reported and exhaustively gone over, including a lot of incorrect and frankly defamatory allegations that have been made at various points over the rough 21 years, one has to wonder," Clarence replied. "We were ensured by the filmmakers the documentary, would be factual, it would be balanced and fair, and I very much hope that will be the case." Eamonn then clarified, "We should point out that none of us have seen it. It was only able to download this morning. It is The Disappearance of Madeleine McCann. It is there on Netflix. None of us have had the chance to see it. Were Kate and Jerry approached to be involved in this in any way at all?" Ruth went on to ask. Clarence clarified, "Yes. Oh yes. Some 18 months to 2 years ago, the filmmakers began approaching anybody who had a direct association with the situation. Lots of letters, emails, approaches, myself included. Which I imagine they, Kate and Jerry, must get a lot of anyway." Ruth asked. "They do. Constantly," Clarence replied, "even now. A lot of them come through me. Whenever I go to Kate and Jerry with any program bid or proposal, they say to me, 'Well, how is this going to help the search for Madeleine in a practical, tangible way?' And unless it's a new witness appeal or something that the police specifically want out there, a new aged progressed image for instance, the answer is it's not going to help. It's just going to give that particular program rating or that particular print readership or website hits." The media have an important job to do, and Kate and Jerry will always engage with the media when there is that tangible benefit to the actual search for Madeleine, Clarence remarked. 3-year-old Madeleine from Rothley, Leicestershire, vanished whilst on holiday with her family in Portugal back in 2007. The Netflix series features interviews with more than 40 contributors, archival footage and reenactments. The production company told us that they were making the documentary, and asked us to participate. They said, "We did not see, and still do not see, how this program will help the search for Madeleine and, particularly given there is an active police investigation, it could potentially hinder it. Consequently, our views and preferences are not reflected in the program. We will not be making any further statements or giving interviews regarding this program." This Morning airs weekdays at 10:30 am on ITV.